Good morning, everyone. It's 13th April 2017. Welcome to another episode of ProAMT Traders Digest. Let me go through the disclaimer first. Trading in stocks derivatives involves substantial risk of loss and not suitable for all investors. Past or simulated performance is not a guarantee of future results. All indicators, strategies shown in the video are for education purpose only. All levels discussed in this video are for understanding the study and not a recommendation to trade. Please consult your personal financial advisor before making any trade decision based on this video. We will not be responsible for any resulting profits or losses. So let's have a look at what Nifty did. So here we have a open inside the range, and after opening, we'll just zoom in and check. So the open was right, just a tick below the point of control. Now the software has mapped this as a point of control, but if we really see, there's this balance, there is another micro balance here. So it's like divided, this entire balance is divided again into almost like three micro balances. So it tried to probe into the upper balance point of control. The B period tried that, failed, and then a huge emotional drive down. Now this created a huge IB, and C period itself broke down below the lows and just went like shy of this virgin point of control, which is 9168. So made a low of 9170.10. It pulled back up. D period broke the C period high, and then we get E period was an outside bar, F period inside bar. So after an outside bar, we are getting an inside bar and then a break of that inside bar setup. So break of that balance creates a long setup. The likely target which I was assuming was the point of control of this middle balance, which was around 9245. It pushed through that and pushed through the point of control of yesterday, and I period tried to push higher, but that was when we look at the 3 minute, we'll see that was a spike up, and that spike failure. This J period breaks that I period low, and a clean confirmation of lower levels. I was expecting it to settle at 99221, and the close came at 9223.20. So along the expected lines. Now this again and again probing the lower levels is making like when it's going up, it had broken this channeled move. If we see, so this is a channel. It had broken above this channel move, went at the channel bottom, pushed higher, and has closed above the channel. Now when this is happening, makes the auction weaker, because what happens is, that means it's not able to find sellers on the downside, and that's why it's going to seek sellers on the upside. So the likely scenario here is that it creates a balance somewhere into this zone, or else creates a very minor balance, pushes higher, but then after like consolidating pushes above this 9270, because still it's not going there. The chances are that we might have a broader range set between this and maybe lower levels around 91 9120 kind of zone. So now let's see what happened on the 3 minutes. So on the 3 minute, we have a nice micro balance here, failure. So it's not able to, if we see this, not able to go into this point of control, and fails. A nice move down and results in a spike lower, and then we get an inside bar and then slow grind upwards, creates a nice balance, comes back to test, making this is the first higher low, the second higher low, and then finally breaks out, creates a balance there, expanding kind of pattern. Now I'm not used to these patterns, but just like because it's so evident. So expanding kind of pattern, and finally what happens is it follows that pattern, move down. So a nice channel move down, and then finally when it comes down again, makes another higher low, and then settles into the 9223 zone. Now this spike, after this formation here, it was looking scary that it will break out, but once it left this balance and again coming back and testing, that is a clean sign that there is no demand whatsoever on the upside. On the 15 minute, we have this 3 bar down, and this completely absorbs the supply, and then most of the activity happening like for almost 2 hours, rotating in this range, and then this had already given a sign that it wants to break out, when that is unknown, and finally it breaks out here. So after breaking out, goes here, and like this happened, this inverted hammer, and then not getting any demand further. If you see no demand, again a no demand bar. So when a bigger time frame is having no demand or no supply, and 3 minutes is also having the same, the reliability increases. And finally we get that break, again exact level, this is like 78.6% retracement, goes above, takes the stops, comes back to 23.6, takes the stops. So it's like quite mechanical. So now let's have a look what we can expect today. But before going into that, let us also check Infi. We have Infosys results today before the market opens, and might have a great impact on the Nifty move due to its weightage. So here, if we can see, we have this nice balance here, and the mid of balance being this. So there it created a balance, so there is a balance here as well. So this is the zone which needs to be like probed for higher levels, and then it might face resistance into this 1000 zone. On the downside, this is a nice balance with the point of control coming near 9935. So in case any consensus from here on the upside takes us higher into the 1000 and above, any consensus lower takes us lower into the 935 and below. So the chances are that the way this has fallen and way this has created balance, open interest table is showing that the move will be confined to 7% either side, because huge put and call writing on either side at 7%. After the open, if it opens in a 2% range, then we might be able to like figure out uh, a trade in that, because otherwise it's not possible to find a trade till we don't get something that is quite evident. So now let's have a look at the Nifty Renko chart. So here we have a opening swing which actually gets made this after the open, just made this low and made this high, and comes and breaks this opening swing low. So that was the trigger, and goes down, makes a zipper, again impulse down, pull back, impulse. So a clean three impulses down, reverses back and rotates into this zipper zone, and then breaks out. So again, that is also very clean. Goes above the day mid, comes back, settles there, and then again breaks out. So impulse, pull back, impulse, gets into a zipper. So this is confusing, that when it gets into a zipper, it's breaking that might turn out to be an impulse. And that was the point where I got scared. But finally, like, impulse down, pull back, falls short of an impulse but is not able to go within this zipper. So again, it's safe. And then we have an impulse down and a zipper. So when this impulse down came, I thought that this move might get over, and that's why the exit. So while like during live, it is like managing the positions as well as explaining. So now this is like a bit better explanation, and uh, quite clear on this Renko. So now what we can expect today. Let's draw it. This is a nice point of reference. This is a point of reference, and then we have reference points, and we have this point of reference. So based on the SGX started trading lower yesterday night. So it was trading at 9.2, I think. So was trading here somewhere. So expecting that it will open somewhere in that zone. So opens there, tries to push higher into this balance, fails, and continues its move down below the low and goes into the 9150 zone. If it finds buyers there, then push higher, come back, test the lows, and then ramp up into the 9245 again. And this time, maybe push through this zone and go higher. That is the scenario of the bigger trend. So if the long term trend is up, and if it wants to get saved, then this is the way that it might get saved. Otherwise, we have one time framing down on daily. So if in case it starts pushing lower, then maybe go and break this 9133 and then continue its move down further, or else balance into this 9133 9164 zone. So that can be also the possibility. In case it directly pulls back into the range, breaks and pulls back into the range and is not able to go up, then keep on balancing within the 9220 and 9180 zone. On the bank nifty, uh, open inside the range, goes falls shy of the all time high, and same way pushes down. So this push down has repaired all this poor structure, and this is also this C period is a failure, so a failed auction, and creates a balance here. Started with a short covering, broke out of that short covering, went higher, and again the confirmation here. This pullback is a confirmation that there is no interest on the upside. We look at the 3 minutes how that shaped up, and then was expecting a touch of 690, and then 650. So 650 did not happen, but 690 was achieved, and then settles into this zone. So this was like not populated, might try to populate that zone. Now bank nifty is quite stronger than nifty, and both the indices are not in sync with each other. Now, on the 3 minute, we have the balance continuation. So, this was the balance from yesterday, a balance continuation, and a break from that balance goes lower. Lot of volume generating here, instantly pushes back, and again creates a balance. So, this balance, uh, uh, creating a balance just at the VWAP, and a break from that day mid. So this break created that move, and then finally a spike higher, creates a balance there, and goes back and tests the midpoint of that balance. So a nice clean test here. We got a no demand and no supply, and then a balance here. A break from that or a test of this balance is again a nice sell, and that sell materialized with coming into the day mid, and then bouncing off and creating a balance and settling just above the VWAP and day mid. So overall, uh, neutral close with respect to the day time frame. On the 15 minute, we have this again the same structure like Nifty, but here instead of consolidating at the lower range, it started consolidating a bit higher, and then a breakout. And here we get a doji, and then no demand. So failure of that no demand is, so again the same thing, that when the higher time frame is showing the same symptoms, becomes gives us more confidence. Now let's have a look at the Renko. So on the Renko, we have this M shape, so that we know that when that's happening, we generally get a nice move. So impulse down, pull back, impulse, pull back, impulse, pull back, impulse. Quite a stretched move into this. If we consider this balance into the mid of that balance, creates a zipper there, and when there is a zipper there, we know that it might not now stay there for a longer time. So then a messy move up creates a balance, and then breaks through the day mid, pull back, impulse, pull back, impulse. So again, we get a similar structure M, and then finally a fall. Then we are getting this M, so expecting a fall from here as well. Now let's have a look at what we can expect. So this is a nice zone, this is a nice zone, and this is a nice zone. and this is the point of control as it is. So expecting a open somewhere into this zone, somewhere between this. So might try to push higher, fail, start its move down into the 21480 kind of zone. Before that, there is a minor support here. So if it can support and give a failure on the like a failure of yesterday's low, then might push back again into the range, else start going down, and there is a nice balance also here. So come into this and then decide where it wants to go. Also, it's a bank nifty weekly expiry, and it's a last trading day of the week, so a lot of settlements would be going on. People might not want to carry positions, leverage positions will be taken out, and all sorts of settlements happening. So not a day to commit much. If volatility increases, better to trade on confirmations, because such a day, it might, like, just due to settlement of positions, it might go haywire, and then might not complete the objectives either side. So that's all for today, and we'll catch up during the trading hours. Have a profitable trading day ahead, and thanks for watching.